Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome to the KillJoy Jake YouTube channel. I am your host, as always, Jackariah. And today we're here to talk a little bit about some crazy horror movies coming up. I guess in 2025, we're already looking towards 2025 to see what's going on then. Because I want to talk a little bit about Scream 7. I know what you did last summer. Terrifier 4. Two of these movies are 2026 horror flicks. I know what you did last summer is supposedly coming out next summer, but again, will it get pushed? Maybe. They lost their lead star, if you remember, just a little while ago. Replaced her with somebody else. It's been a minute. I'm gonna have to do a full video on that at some point. I don't know. Lots to talk about here, though. I'm sure y'all want to get into it. There's also still some good movies coming out this year. We have Heretic in a couple of weeks, which honestly I am excited for. I'm excited to see what that's going to be all about. I'm hearing that they're doing a Smell-O-Vision screening of that this month, like on October 30th. You can actually go see this new A24 horror flick and smell the blueberry pie. That's kind of cool. That if you guys saw the trailer, you know that the scent specifically of blueberry pie, not actually a blueberry pie, is going to be a big factor in this new thing. So I'm just like, okay, this is crazy. This is nuts. I'm here for it. I'm here for a little smell-o-vision, I guess, as long as no one rips ass in the movie. Then I'm all good. I don't want to smell Hugh Grant's farts. But what else is coming up? We have Nosferatu, of course, which is a very, very, very big one. Cannot wait to see that. What's going on with all that? That's Robert Eggers' new film too. Like, I'm hyped for that movie, baby. So it's not just slashers that I want to talk about, obviously. Lots of exciting horror movies. But I do want to say hello. I want to say hello to everyone here. Want to get some highs and hellos going out. But then very soon here, Anthony Mock from Child of the Corn will be joining me, and we'll be talking a little bit about his recent screening of Smile 2. I'm fresh off of a Halloween 3 screening because I'm doing a big video on Halloween 3 coming out really soon here. It's one of my favorite movies in the entire Halloween franchise. I'm so excited to finally be doing a big video on it. I hope you guys watch it. Fingers crossed. It's not really a slasher, but it's in a slasher franchise. So I think that's something. That goes for something, my friends. Check it out. Halloween 3 rocks. And there's so much history behind it. There's so much. Just the 4 or 5 hours of research I did today, I'm like, there is so much to talk about with this movie. This is nuts. Lots of drama. Lots of things that people say about this movie that just aren't true. Like, it wasn't a box office flop. It wasn't. Look it up. For the longest time, I thought that Halloween 3 was like this big flop that just nobody went and saw, made no money. No, it made almost as much money as Creepshow, which came out the same year. I'm completely blown away. I've had all these stigmas about Halloween 3 completely shattered today after all this research. It did well. It was just reviewed so poorly. They were like, well, fuck the whole jukebox of horror thing. I've got a rant video coming soon. I got a big video coming on this movie because so much to say, so many things to debunk and truly break into and discuss. Easty VR, how's it going, my friend? Thank you for being a member. What's up, Jake? I couldn't tune into the stream on Monday because I was watching your monster. It blew your expectations out of the water. Best performance from Melissa Barrera. Ooh. Easty, I specifically remember you saying that you didn't love the trailer. You didn't love the looks of it. So that has me happy that you enjoyed it. Is that out? That's another one I have not been keeping up with, honestly. I was not blown away by the trailer, but it's Melissa Barrera, so I'm going to give it a shot. She's awesome. Gotta love Melissa. I will definitely be giving it a watch at some point. I'm very picky with horror comedies. Some of them work for me, some of them don't. So whenever I see I don't know. This one, I'm not 100% sure, but maybe this one, it could be good. Maybe it's a secret banger, as a lot of Melissa Barrera films end up being. Alexa's Sekulic. What's up, Alexa? How you doing? Is Jonathan dead? Oh, man. Yeah, before we get into that, I should say at the very bottom of the screen, you might notice that there's a little banner going across there saying spoilers are being discussed. I really thought about Terrifier 4. I really thought about that and how hyped this page is for that. I think on the live streams, we're going to be talking spoilers for the Terrifier franchise. And I know that means some people just cannot watch. I respect that. But we're the second question of today's live stream is a massive spoiler for Terrifier 3. So I think just moving forward with the live streams, I am going to just talk spoilers. But again, you will see that banner at the bottom of the screen. Spoilers are being discussed for Terrifier 4. They will be being discussed on streams. I've just decided, yeah, if you've seen the movie, come hang out on the streams. I hate to push people away. I really do. I want to bring all my friends in and talk horror. But unfortunately, the film has not come out all over the place yet. Some people still have not seen it. Some people are still waiting to see it in theaters. On Halloween is when it drops in some countries. On Halloween. Isn't that wild? So we're going to be talking spoilers for Terrifier 4 moving forward with the stream specifically. I will do a little bit better of a job at warning you about spoilers in the future. And in videos, I will put a big fucking banner. Just a big, like, spoilers ahead. Spoilers. You know, like a bunch of things like that. And it will be that annoying. So that people know not to go any further if they have not seen it. Because that would suck to get this spoiled right here. As Alexa is saying, is Jonathan dead or alive? I don't think that's his head. Alexa, I think it's his head. And the reason I think that is because why else introduce Gabby? Why else introduce this character Gabby into the franchise to basically take his spot, right? Think about Terrifier 2. What role did Jonathan serve? Sienna is his guardian angel. Literally, figuratively, all those things. She's protecting the guy, right? That's the reason why, you know, Sienna's even like basically still hanging out at the Terrifier, trying to save Jonathan, trying to get out of there. I think now we've just swapped that role with Sienna's cousin, Gabby, and that's why Jonathan didn't have a whole lot to do in the previous movie. I wasn't in the room when Damien wrote all this. I'm not sure what he's got planning. Maybe there's something more to this. Maybe there's a new role that Jonathan can play in Terrifier 4 from the other side. As we learned from Terrifier 3, ghosts are in play now. So I really think that Jonathan's role in the Terrifier franchise is just shifting. And again, I feel like that's leaning more into the supernatural side of this franchise, moving into the rest of like whatever movies we end up getting. So that's my thoughts. I think he's dead, but I don't think he's gone from the franchise, if that makes sense. So that's why we got the off-screen death. That's why certain decisions were made. But again, as always, like I like to say, bear with Damien Leone here. I feel like he's got a plan. He's got something up his sleeve right now. I don't think he's just making it up as he goes along. This is all going somewhere. And I remember after Terrifier 2 is the same thing. Why did they do this? Why did they do that? I'm telling you, it's all going to come full circle when we see the big picture. But as of right now, we're all just in the dark. And I think it's fun. I think it's fun that we have the question of, is Jonathan dead or alive? My theory, dead, but in ghost form. Will come back to help Sienna at some point. I just don't see why you would bring him back at this point. That's my thing. I don't see the point in telling you that he's dead just to bring him back for some triumphant, I'm alive. Why? You know, why that's not very characteristic of the Terrifier franchise. To kill a character that was beloved from the second movie off screen, though, is very mean-spirited and very Terrifier, very Damien Leone. So I think he's dead. That is very much so against popular belief. All the comments I have gotten says, no, he's alive, I'm telling you. But nah. This is a mean-spirited franchise, dog. I'm telling you. My little dude's dead, and that makes me sad. I'm sad about it. I'm not happy about it. I love Elliot Fulham. He's so nice. I've met him on multiple occasions now. In a bunch of different states, too, which is something I'm realizing. Like, wow. New York, Kentucky, Ohio, holy shit. But dude's great. Dude, really good guy. Really hoping that he comes back at some point into the franchise. Just maybe in a different role. That'd be fun. Jackie 2023. Jackie from a year ago exactly is saying, who else has seen Mr. Crockett on Hulu? It was not that bad and the gore was Shudder level. I am dying to see this movie, Jackie. This is like, I'm not even kidding, the 10th, 11th time it has been recommended to me. It's basically Mr. Rogers, right? It's like his neighborhood, but twisted and all horror and messed up. So I'm hyped to see it. I'm hearing that it's got like some The Ring elements where it's like the guys coming out of the TV and strangling people. So I'm all about it. Personally, I'm very much so into that. An unpaid movie critic, thank you for being a channel member, my friend. Thank you for your support. Jake, what are your thoughts on A Smile 3? Again, this is here. We're gonna get into spoilers with this one, but I feel like this one's even fresher, so I won't get into specifics. So if you have not seen Smile 2, no worries. What I'll say is they absolutely can do A Smile 3 if they want to, but again, not getting into specifics, I would be totally fine if they decided to end it with Smile 2. There is a certain implication at the end of that film that just, in my opinion, and again, some may disagree with this as well, it does wrap everything up nice and neat when you think about it. That's all I'm going to say. Like, that could be the end of the story, and we could just move on from there. And that could be it. But they could also make like 100 more movies if they wanted to. So I'm down for whatever. I just would hate to see Smile turn into the Conjuring universe, where it just goes on for a little too long and kind of tarnishes its legacy a little bit. Had the Conjuring just been, you know, two Annabelle spin-off movies, maybe 3 main movies, that would have been fine. You know, we're now on, what is it, like number 9 in the are we on 9 Conjuring movies going on 10? What the fuck? Like, okay, we're done. You know, we're done with Conjuring. Like, relax. They haven't been good a few movies now. So I would hate to see that happen to Smile. I can't imagine that Parker Finn would want to do like 7 Smile movies, right? So I imagine maybe he does like 1 more and like calls it quits. That could be cool. I'm down for it. I'm down for more Smile if Parker wants to do it. But if he just hands it off to somebody else kind of thing, I don't know. I'm just thinking about exactly what happened with the Conjuring franchise. You know, that's what happened. It got handed off to somebody else, and I would argue it's not as good now. So I would hate to see that happen to Smile. It's a great franchise. It really is a great franchise, man. There's not too many. Well, I will say nowadays there's a lot more sequels that top their original these days. That was unheard of, you know, maybe 10, 15 years ago. But nowadays, wow, like so many sequels are finding ways to top the original in so many creative ways, and I love it. So I love that. That makes me so happy. I would love to see Smile 3 even crank it up another notch. Sure, let's see what else they can do. But I don't know. It's going to be tough. There's some challenges from a Smile 3 that, again, I'd have to get into spoilers to talk about. Maybe I'll make a video. Maybe. That's why I like doing these live streams. That's where I get all my video ideas. You guys always like start some crazy seeds up in this brain that I'm able to just flesh out into something nuttier. Gory Tiger is hanging out with us saying, what's up? What's up, Gory Tiger? How you doing? I like the Crypt Keeper as your profile picture. Very nice. Very nice. Jason Carpenter, thank you for being a member, Jason. Saying, Jake, right now I'm watching Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. After that, I'm watching the OG Nightmare on Elm Street, the uncut version. Very nice. Okay, it's an interesting double feature right there. You're watching the 7th Friday and Nightmare number 1. All right, rock on, man. Rock on. Both very good movies. Friday Part 7, crazy underrated, does not get talked about enough, in my opinion, from that franchise. I really like Part 7. It's got some good kills that got censored, which sucks. But Kane Hodder is Jason. Come on now. Like, that's just glorious. I also really like the final girl in Part 7. Her having mind powers and all that, that's a lot of fun. I know some people are like, it's too supernatural for me. It flavors that movie differently, though. Again, I'm thankful that just not all of that movie is exactly the same thing we saw in the last like 6 movies, right? It's a little different. they tweaked something about it to make it different. And it works for me. I like it. It's fun. Tina's a good character. And the OG Nightmare on Elm Street, one of my favorite slasher movies of all time. An easy top 10. Maybe an easy top 3, honestly. I really like the more I watch Nightmare on Elm Street, the more I fall in love with it. Venom Claws is saying, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not shout. I'm telling you why Venom Claws is coming to town. I'd like to see Venom Claws go up against Arthur Claws, though. That's the that's the real matchup we need to see here. Come on, baby. You guys hear that the new Venom movie got like some really shit ratings on Rotten Tomatoes? What's up with that? Am I surprised? Not really. But like they're lower than I thought they would be. Like people tend to like these Venom movies. I'm not a fan personally. I think they're fine. I really like what's his face, Tom Hardy. Really like. I'm a big fan of his, but I don't know. The Venom movies, they're fine. They're just like okay, cool. I have no interest in watching that again. But it was fun. It was a fun one-time watch. Will I see this new one in theaters? Probably not. I'll wait till it comes to some streaming service. I'm sure. The letter A is saying, "What's up, fella? Time for some KillJoy cake." Oh, you wish you could get the KillJoy Jake cake, my friend. But I will give you this. What's up? What's up? What's up? How's it going, my friend? The letter A stands for anus today, as it always does. Anyways, KillJoy Spate superfan is saying, Jake, I got a buzz cut because of you, dead ass, looking handsome king. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that and your terrifying profile picture. Dear God. Antinous is hanging out with us tonight as well. Hey, what's up? Darren is watching the first Hostel on DVD. Very nice, very nice. I still have only skimmed through Hostel 3. That is something I got to correct. I don't know, just wasn't crazy. I wasn't crazy about that one. Riley Denby is saying, Jake, have you seen Street Trash yet, or the new Street Trash trailer? I have seen the new trailer. That looks sick. I have not seen. I got to sit down and watch this one, dude. I have not. I have not checked it out. I have not had time. I'm going on a little break here in November, though, and that's at the top. One of the movies at the top of my watch list that I'm going to be watching, because I've never seen this one. I can't believe I totally missed this one. I looked up a lot of stuff about it. It sounds right up my alley. Sounds disgusting as fuck, and I'm all about it. I see Anthony is hanging out backstage. What's up, dog? I'm going to bring you in 2 seconds here, just so you know. I'm not ignoring you. Just want to say hi to a few more people, and then we'll bring in old Anthony. A good friend of the channel. He's been on here a couple times before, and he rocks. He's awesome, if you guys don't know Anthony. Jace Crawford, what's up, Jace? Saying, what's up, Jake? I'm undecided on Scream 7. Kevin Williamson directing gives me hope, though. He knows Scream better than anyone. Jace, first of all, I appreciate you being a member. I agree with that. I agree. Kevin Williamson does know Scream better than anyone alive, I will say. I'm undecided on it because, like, me personally, I'm undecided because we don't know anything. You know, it's tough for me to start, taking jabs at it. And admittedly, that is kind of easy to do with the new Sydney story, because it's like, what else do they do with this character? But I need it. Like, what if they throw something out there? What if they throw something out there that's like, this is a good idea? Oh, this totally works. I'd hate to be so quick to judge, I'd hate to be so quick to judge. I'm trying not to be anymore these days. So maybe they throw something fucking crazy out there and Scream 7 rocks. I'm holding out hope. When we get more information on it, a plot synopsis, a trailer, a cast list, not in that order, I'll probably be able to give us a slightly better, more firm opinion. You know what I'm saying, though. But Jace, thank you for being a member. I appreciate you. I love your profile picture of Michael Myers skating. He's shredded, dog. Love it. I'm gonna say hi to, literally, I see 3 more channel members that I want to say hi to. Tylee just watched Christine, liked it more than the Dead Zone, but they're both great. I recommend both. I love both as well. They're awesome. Ty, thank you for being a member. Graveyard Key, you saw Terrifier 3 for the 4th time last night in less than 2 weeks. Dear God, it's still a 10 out of 10 for you. I love to hear it, Graveyard Key. I'm so glad you like it, and I appreciate you for supporting this page. Carms is saying hello, and that you activated my Alexa. Hey, Alexa. What can I make Alexa do? What would be something awful for Carms here? Hey, Alexa, call mom. No, I'm just kidding. I'm trying to think of something just crazy, like something. No, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be doing that to you, but I think that's just really funny. Okay, one more thing, Anthony. I'm so sorry. He's going like, what the fuck, Jake? And we're 18 minutes into this shit, and I'm just sitting back here doing nothing. Dad in video games, throwing $2 out there. Appreciate you, Dad, in your video games. Saying, hell yeah, Halloween 3 never gets enough attention. I couldn't agree more, my friend. That's why I'm doing a whole video on it. It's excellent. It's, again, one of my favorites of the entire the entire franchise. I'm going to be so real. I think it's great. It's campy, yet it finds ways to be scary and dark at the same time. I think that's a great mix. It works really well for me. So I don't know. I got to talk about it. I got to make a big video on it. Now that video essays are my thing, I finally made it happen, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you have been around for like a year now. I've been like, this guy's been bitching and moaning about trying to make video essays his thing. And finally, I got some that are getting views. So I'm just going to keep riding on this train, and hopefully it keeps going. But I'm very thankful for everyone who's been watching the videos lately. But Halloween 3, I can't wait to make a big video on it. Hyped, Dad in video games. Dad in your video games. I hope you dig the video. Thank you for the 2. Let's bring on our guest finally. Jesus Christ. Anthony from Child of the Corn. Welcome him to the stage, everybody. What's going on, my dude?
Yo, dude, what's good? No, dude, you're totally good. I sent you a text and I was all like, yo, dude, I didn't get that link. And it was literally in my spam. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? And I literally so I found it. I'm sorry. But yeah, we literally just got back like probably 10 minutes ago. So
I see how it is. KillJoy Jake goes right to the spam folder.
Yeah, I was like, I like pressed the refresh button a shit ton of times. I'm like, there's no way he said he was going to send it. So I was confused. And I was like, maybe I have too many emails and I need to take some of them out. But yep, I don't know.
No, you're good. You're good, man. Anthony, it's been a while since you've been on the page. I'm noticing your background is a little more stripped. You used to have some more posters and stuff.
Yeah, no, we moved into our new apartment. And so I literally these are kind of the ones that I kind of just had. Actually, these were some like originals that I decided to hang up, and I probably shouldn't have, but I just did anyways because I was like, I could always just get them again. But yep. So I'm still kind of trying to get some more. Actually, I have some more posters sitting right to the side of me, but I just haven't gotten them up quite yet.
It's nice though. I love what you got up already.
100%. Yep. Two of my probably favorite guilty pleasures, favorite Batman. Yeah, no doubt.
Well, Anthony, I want to get into some movies that I know you're excited for moving into next year. Some slashers that are coming up. But before I do that, I real quickly want to say hi to Hollywood Guy.
Nice.
Who's throwing $5 out there. Really do appreciate your support of the page, my dude. Saying, Jake, hello, it's been a while. It's all good, my friend. I just appreciate that you're here now. And you're saying, I fell off the stew train. I bumped my head and I saw the light. well, I appreciate that. No, I'm just kidding. We respect everyone's opinions here.
Amen.
I love it, though. Ha ha ha. No, really. They haven't called him yet. Well, you know, I'm going to be real, even though I'm not necessarily on the stew train. I'm not going to lie, I think I would almost be kind of shocked if Matthew Lillard didn't get some kind of call or some kind of like, you know, something, right? Some kind of like, what if you're just a voice cameo in this or something, since you're like the biggest thing ever in Five Nights at Freddy's now. I imagine he could be a part of it in some capacity. Will he resurrect a very dead stew? I don't know. But again, we'll see. We'll see, Hollywood Guy. I think you're probably right. You're probably right that he won't be in it. But again, who knows? Anything is possible in this crazy, weird world of ours. So Hollywood Guy, I appreciate you supporting the page. Thanks for being a channel member. Thanks for the 5, my dude. Nice. Anthony, getting into this. I specifically put, I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025, because I know that's one of your favorite slashers. I put that in the title of this video. What are your thoughts on this reboot coming out next summer?
Well, it was good that Freddie Prinze Jr. signed on for sure. I think that one of my buddies said that Jennifer Love Hewitt. I'm so confused. I thought she said that she was on, but I guess she's not signed on. So, I don't know. Dude, if she doesn't get signed on, that'll be that will not be good. I mean, it would just take away from a lot of flair, I guess, you know, from the film, I guess. But I feel like if Freddie Prinze signed on, then maybe they know something that we don't. She's just kind of taking her time, or I don't know how they would try to work the story if she didn't, you know, sign on and they had him on, you know what I mean? Or I don't know. Honestly, I was hoping it was just going to be a film about them and not like this new cast and crew. But I mean, maybe they have an idea, I guess.
So correct me, my chat, if I'm wrong, but I was pretty sure that Freddie Prinze and Jennifer Love Hewitt had signed on at one point.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm saying. And then like my buddy just a couple days ago was like, he's like, I'm pretty sure she hasn't signed on. And I'm like, I don't know what to believe anymore. Like, because I do remember seeing an interview with her on some show and they were like, she was like, I still haven't got the call. But did she get the call? Is that true?
I want to say this is like a recent thing. Like it's a more recent thing that like they were kind of like soft confirmed to be part of the movie. Because
perfect.
And here's why I'm saying that with a little more confidence, because usually I'm just like, I don't know if that's happening or not. I'm saying that with some confidence because I remember that Brandy Norwood, specifically from part 2, was saying like, what the fuck? I survived. Bring me back, you know? Yeah. And I guess she had some kind of meeting with whoever the new director is, Jennifer Caton Robinson, I think if that's her name. So I hope to see all 3 of them back personally. I think that would be great.
Dude. 1,000%. Yeah. Dude, I thought they were all great, especially in the second one. I was just literally just telling Dace last night, I was ranking my top 10 horror films of all time. And I just want to say something real quick after I say this, but like, I do find myself like, I love Hellraiser, the first one, and I love I Know What You Did Last Summer, obviously the OGs, but I do find myself liking the sequels just a little bit more sometimes, I feel like.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I totally feel that.
But what I was going to say was the one dude that was bringing up Halloween 3, totally accurate. We literally just watched that like the I think it was like right before we left for Scarefest. And to me, I feel like that's Carpenter's probably best synthesized score of any film he's probably done.
Oh, yeah.
And so weirdly enough, I was back home just a couple nights ago and internet goes out. They was storming, Wi-Fi goes out. So I'm like, well, this is why we have physical media. So I throw on a movie, and I noticed that Ty had said earlier that he had watched Christine. So I'd watched Christine, for the first time in a while. And dude, I walked away from that film and I literally wanted to tweet out, but I didn't obviously have Wi-Fi. Dude, I literally was sitting back just being like, I think this might be the greatest horror movie of all time. I know that's
Wow.
like a crazy take, but dude, I just feel like what they were able to accomplish in that film was just insanely crazy, dude. Just all the practicality with like the car and just dude, I think it might be like Carpenter's best film aside from like The Thing and Halloween. Like I don't even think it's even close. Like,
Damn.
and
Okay.
even the storyline, dude. Like I know it's a Stephen King novel, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the concept is really great, really really great. But I just, dude, some of the shots, it did like I was picturing it as like almost like a Hollywood like fight where it was like it went from one scene to the next scene, and I'm like, how is each scene just bettering the other? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was crazy, dude. I don't know. I was a little under the influence, but like still, I was just like, man, I forget that I need to just appreciate this movie so much more, man. Like the car was at Scarefest, which was dope. I only got kind of
Yeah.
like a little front picture of it, but it's just a sexy car, man. And there's just something about that I feel like our generation doesn't quite realize, or maybe we just got a little taste of that was like, there's just something about a young man's relationship with like his first car, man. It's just something sacred, man. It's like, it's just a great movie, man.
It sounds like you really related to it, and
Oh, dude,
that's a great part of horror movies. It's a
thousand
great
percent.
element.
My dad, he actually would have been like about 18 or 19 when like because the movie's like in 79, so he was like 18, 19 around that time, and he was a huge gearhead. So I was like, man, my mom, I had brought it up to her like after I watched it, and she was like, oh yeah, your dad loved that movie. It's just a great film, man.
Oh yeah. Oh
Some of
no.
the shots, it's like Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, Christine rocks. I love Arnie Cunningham. Maybe not so much Corey Cunningham, but
Yeah.
Arnie. He's a really interesting character. A tragic one at that, but an interesting one nonetheless. It's a John Carpenter film that I don't think gets enough love. I really do like it a lot. That one and The Fog are movies that I come back to a lot, and I
100%.
just I don't know. I have a good time with both of them, and I feel like when John Carpenter movies do get brought up, it's always like The Thing or Halloween, or like people who want to be like, oh, let's get into the deep cuts. They Live or Assault on Precinct 13, and it's like, yeah, we've seen those
Another
too,
great one. Yeah.
and they're great. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not saying they're bad. But yeah, you get into something like The Fog, which doesn't get talked about, and Adrienne Barbeau's character is so good. The score
So
in that
good.
movie, it's gorgeous. I mean, it's a gorgeous looking film. Maybe his prettiest looking movie, if I'm being real.
Actually,
And
no,
Christine
that's
too.
yeah, no, that's actually probably very valid take. The Fog is very underrated. I feel like they were able to accomplish a lot of good things in that movie too. Yeah, it's weird because I tell Dace all the time, I'm like, the things in my top five, like top three probably, but I think Christine's my favorite Carpenter film. Yeah.
Nice, man.
And I was sitting there
I love
watching,
it.
I'm like, dude, he's always going to be number two, right behind Wes Craven, like as my favorite director. So like, yeah, good stuff.
Nice, man. No, that's great to hear. I know you just came from Smile 2 as well. So look, it's a fresher movie, right? It hasn't even been in theaters for like a full week at this point.
Yep.
What are your spoiler-free thoughts of that film? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, dude, I thought it was really solid. I thought, I'm not trying to take anything away from it. I think the first probably suits me a little bit more, but the second one was solid, man. Like, just dude, like the transitions throughout, like the transitional shots throughout the movie are so creative and so cool, man. And
Yeah.
just like it's just a beautiful film, and like just the like kind of the mind fuck that it gives you like throughout the film is just it makes you question a lot of stuff. I swear to God, like it's just crazy. But dude, when you guys were up on your panel, and again, I want to congratulate you, dude, on your panel on
I appreciate
Scarefest. It was
that.
great, dude. I'm too much of a chicken shit, man. I was gonna ask a question and then I was just like, I better not. But no, what I was gonna ask was like, do you like personally, do you feel like the future of horror is in like good hands? Or do you like because it's I feel like it's more suited for like that elevated style of horror more so than like the old school stuff, or do you think we'll kind of be always like chasing kind of like what we, you know, successfully did in like the 80s or 90s, or do you think it's gonna, you know, slashers are here a little bit, but they're just barely, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they've kind of stepped away from that a little bit. Like, do you think that'll hurt or help horror, do you think?
You know, dude, it's really funny because this year, like 2024, or you know what? Actually, I'm going to say November of 2023. Like, I feel like since then, it's been like slashers have been the big thing again. Like, I feel like from maybe like 2016 to maybe like 2020 or 2021. Like, yeah, the elevated horror, which I, you know, that's a fucking dumb term, but that's what people call them. That like the A24s, the neon movies, those were like that's what was popping for a little while there.
Yeah.
Some people, you know, they're not crazy about that. I respect it. I think there's a lot of good movies from that little period, that little time space for horror. But now, like, I think since Terrifier 2, like, people saw Terrifier 2 in October, saw how much, I mean, you know, October of 2022, saw how much how successful that was, how people just like clung to it. We're like, this is what we've been wanting from horror for so long, and realized, let's go back to that. You know, let's go back to the fun, mindless slasher where it's like, it's just doing a couple of things. It's simple, but it's effective, and it's a good time every time. And since like, I want to say like Thanksgiving, you know, I feel like that it's kind of come back. It's been big. We've had that. I mean, again, there's been some stinkers, Strangers Chapter 1, but I would still like rope that in with all this. In a Violent Nature was another one. We had Maxine was another one from this year, and of course like Pearl and X from 2022. There's been a lot of big slasher hits just in the last like 2-3 years. So for me, it's like slashers are definitely making a comeback. We're going to be in a little bit of a slasher phase, I think, here for at least a couple of years. And the elevated horror stuff isn't really making too many waves. Like, really the only couple of films that I can think of that like fit that mold, like, are like, you know, I saw the TV Glow, maybe, well, long legs is kind of that, but it's also kind of serial killer investigative, you know what I mean?
Yep, 100%.
But yeah, it's really like slashers really are making a comeback with Terrifier 2, Terrifier 3 just leading that that front without a doubt. But I'm excited to see what else comes from it. You know, we have In a Violent Nature 2 in the works. We have Thanksgiving 2 in the works as well.
Can't wait, dude. Yeah.
Hopefully these franchises are good as well. They can kind of, you know, move that forward as well with some fresh stuff. I'm hoping it's all good. I'm hoping these are all like the birth of great new franchises. And not just, you know, flash in the pans. You know what I mean? That is something I'm worried about. Terrifier has proven itself at this point. Thanksgiving and In a Violent Nature, they kind of have to prove that they're not flashes in the pan. You know, they kind of have to prove that there's more there that can lead a whole franchise, which we've yet to see. So once those sequels come out, then we can be like, yeah, for sure, slashers are back. All these franchises are popping. There's so many different icons. We got to get to that point though first. We're really at Art the Clown is now a new icon, and that's it. But let's get a few more characters up there that are like popping again, and it can be the 80s all over again. But we're just not there yet. So it's coming though. I think, Anthony, it's coming.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think either way, like, I don't mind, like, I guess my bad, or just like the I guess more like fancier, you know, mindful like horror that's kind of been coming out, like some of these, like, you know, like you said, like the neon stuff, and like, you know, like that new movie like Monkey, you know, like they're a little bit more of a mind or like mindful kind of film compared to like some of the slashers of the past. But I mean, I love slashers, that's why I just asked, you know, it's my favorite genre. But like I've been pleased with, you know, pretty much everything that's been coming out, and I think it's kind of nice that there's like a pretty good balance, I guess you would say.
Yeah, and there's kind of hits all over the place too right now, which is really interesting. You know, again,
true, yeah.
With Long Legs making like 100 million at the box office, that is so interesting.
So, did you think that was deserved, or how did you like the film?
I have mixed feelings on it. I think that Micah Monroe's performance is the very best of her career, like without a doubt. I don't think I like the character of Longlegs that much. That's my hot take about the film. I think it's like Nick Cage has given it his all, but the idea that he's just like putting these demonic balls into dolls, that's just kind of, that sucks. I don't know. That's kind of boring to me.
No, I mean, totally valid, dude. I think the concept was kind of pretty cool. Like, I mean, it definitely was. I almost feel like you should have like had Nicolas Cage maybe more in the shadows, maybe didn't show so much of him, and it might have been a little creepier, you know. But I actually really enjoyed it, to be honest. I was telling Mike and Jay from we watched the movie. I was like, dude, we need more like crime, thriller, detective kind of slasher just films. Like, we need more films like that, man. I love films like that. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
The vibe and like the procedural feel of this movie. Dude, I was like, this is a 10 out of 10 up until the reveal. Like, up
yeah,
until then, I was like completely suffocated by this movie. It was awesome. Like, I really enjoyed the journey. Just when we got to the destination, I was kind of like, whatever.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, going through that movie, it reminded me of something like Seven, Silence of the Lambs, Zodiac, a lot of films like that. And I really had a great time with it up until that third act. But I still think that it deserves the praise and the box office it got. And dude, Anthony, the other big thing is when horror movies like this win, it means that more weird indie horror movies are coming. So to that I say, fuck yeah, long legs. Keep on going, Osgood Perkins. Keep making your weird little movies. I'll check them out. I'll see if I like them or not.
No, 100%, dude. And I do feel like the future is very more independent. Like, I'm not trying to say like, we want the big production companies to also thrive also, but I still think that the future is going to be huge in independent films. I think you just have to feel that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. And with Terrifier 3 destroying the box office, not going through a big studio or anything, it's an unrated horror flick. I don't know what's coming. It's one of those things where I know slashers are on the rise. I know that we're going to get even more slashers in the coming years, but dude, I mean, if we get more like unrated movies that blow up at the box office like that, we're literally looking at film history here. Like, just like film in general, not just horror. Who knows what's coming next? What else could be shown in a theater that might have been something like wouldn't even be a dream or a thought of someone in the 80s. I'm so excited to see where all this goes next. It's an exciting time for movies in general.
Amen.
But Sarah is praising you a little bit here, saying, Anthony, this is a fun surprise. Love to have you on the page, my dude.
Good seeing you, Sarah. Yeah, no doubt. I saw her. I saw her in the chat, and I was gonna say hi, so I'm glad she sent in a message. Nice to see you, Sarah. Hopefully you're. I always like when she posts all of her like crazy trips that she's going on and goes to like awesome places. Like, I would love to go to Salem in October sometime. Like, I've seen that she's been there a couple times. That'd be dope.
Absolutely gorgeous.
But then I just saw a video that was like showing it was like a video of somebody. It was like they were in Salem and it was just like super, super busy. So I was like, yeah, you'd probably try to hit a good weekend or whatever. But yeah.
I imagine it's nuts there. Yeah, the when the leaves change colors, they're just everyone's flocking over there for sure. But she's also saying, here for a good time and a long time. I love it.
Nice. Love it.
Best of both worlds right there, Sarah. Thank you for being a member for as long as you have. Thank you for modding tonight. I really do appreciate you a bunch.
She's the best. Nice.
And before we get to the super chat, Graveyard Key has been asking if you have a channel. What's up with all that, Anthony?
Yes, I do. Yeah, it's just Child of the Corn. I guess I could. It's not. It's probably Child of the Corn. So I think if you looked it up, it's Child of the Corn. It has like a red and black logo on it, I guess. But yeah, I do. I think I just have like 100 subs, but it's small. But I do like to stream sometimes and stuff. So I actually might be doing a stream on Friday. So.
There you go.
A Halloween stream, I think. So, yeah.
Perfect timing for that.
Perfect timing. Yeah. My birthday's on Saturday. So, I did one, I think I've done one, every year on my birthday. So.
Nice. Okay. That'll be fun.
Nice.
Well,
thank you, Sarah. I very much appreciate it. Nice.
Sarah's got you in the chat right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, go help Anthony get from 100 to 1,000. So, make it happen. Right here, right now. Let's. Hollywood Guys throwing 5 out there as well, saying, Jake or Anthony, did you guys like From Hell, the movie with Johnny Depp? I found it boring, but okay, I guess. Anthony, have you seen this movie?
I actually like this movie a lot. It has, I'm terrible with names. It's the chick from Austin Powers, Spy Who Shagged Me. She's
Heather
in,
Graham.
Yeah. I actually thought it was really good. With the whole Nosferatu like movie that just came out. Obviously, I'm a huge Batman fan, so like I always find like if they did like a grounded, realistic Gotham by Gaslight, and it's like pretty much Batman in that time, like taking down Jack the Ripper. So it's pretty much kind of like the same like premise or whatever. But yeah, actually, I actually dug the movie. I thought it was really good. So
I have not seen it, so I'm like, let's just let Anthony vamp about this.
yeah, I mean, I can see what he's saying, a little bit slow, but I just think Johnny Depp's really good in it. Yeah. Um, and another movie that, like, my bad, I don't mean to be switching subjects, but like we literally just watched Edward Scissorhands while we're at Scarefest before we
Nice.
left the hotel. Man, that dude absolutely killed that role. That movie is so good, man. Like, I think as a little kid, I was a little bit afraid of it because, like, that's just how Burton's films were, like, a tad bit. But man, he does such a great job. Like, what a crazy concept again for like a film. Just insane.
It's great to see Beetlejuice get some love with the
Yep.
sequel these days. I'd almost love to see a return to Edward Scissorhands too, which might be a hot take.
It
But
would be interesting. Yeah, I would love to see like what he would, come up with, for a sequel. But I do like that it is a standalone. Also, you know what I mean? It's just,
yeah,
man, Tim Burton, he did some good shit. Like he did some great shit. Like even just for our like childhood and adolescent. Like man, like he's a blessing to film for us. Like 100%.
one of my favorite movies of all time is Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which I believe is like that's his first movie, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, his filmography. I would say that I think everybody was like, yeah, that kind of like catapulted his career. I think everybody, yeah, did say.
I like that. I don't know. There's something about that one. It's just wonderful. It's one of the most like whimsical adventure movies ever. It's got Tim Burton's like feel all over it too. It's a little creepy at times. I just love it. I think it's excellent. It's a very unique film.
100%. Yep.
But yeah, From Hell. I'm gonna have to check this one out. Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've ever heard of this one before.
Yeah, it takes place during those. I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, the premise is somewhere like around like Jack the Ripper time and stuff like that. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, kind of like that. Gangs in New York. Yeah, great.
Oh,
film.
okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Nice. All right, I'll have to give this one a watch. Well, Hollywood Guy, thank you so much for the 5. You're adding more movies to my watch list, which is so exciting. I picked up a bunch of movies at Scarefest, Anthony. I don't know if you picked up anything, but there was like I can't remember the production company's name that just put out the Texas Chainsaw Massacre like 40th anniversary thing or whatever. Or is it 50?
Yeah, 50. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
50.
it's 50. Yeah. That's crazy that you said that because my buddy Coop, I don't know if Coop's watching or not, but dude, great spending time with him and his girlfriend. He actually bought it was like a chainsaw or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that's like his favorite franchise. I never would have guessed, but he loves that franchise. And yeah, that first film, just I was telling him, I'm like, dude, that movie, like it started like I know everybody says Halloween, and everything, but like, man, that movie started like a lot of stuff, man. It really truly did.
Dude, it's Leatherface and Billy from Black Christmas. Like those are your like real OG slasher villains, like
Both coming out like 2 months apart. Yeah, like 74 was like the year for like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Crazy.
dude, oh yeah, no, those movies are just they're excellent. I think they're still some of the better horror films of all time. Black Christmas is still my favorite Christmas slasher. I'm so sorry, Terrifier 3. I love you so much, but Black Christmas, come on. It's great. It's awesome.
Oh, dude, I love though what they did with that film, like throwing all those, homages to that film and everything. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they did a great job. Yeah.
So since we're right here, we're we're right at the precipice of it, anyways. Anthony, what's your? You can talk spoilers about this one. It's been out enough, long enough, and we got a little banner at the bottom saying we're talking about spoilers. Thoughts on Terrifier 3? How did you like this one?
Dude, I did not like it very much. No, I'm totally joking.
Oh shit!
No, I'm totally joking.
Hot takes
I was telling you guys at the bar at Marika's, I really liked it, dude. I thought what they're able to accomplish with the practicality and just like all that shit is just absolutely insane. It's so old school. It's like, it's crazy. And, oh shit, I'm sorry. I only saw it the one time. Is it Vicky?
Yeah. Yes.
I
Victoria.
mean, just another like great piece to throw in the film. She was just as scary as Art, like just as insane. Like it amped up things like a little bit. I think I think the second film is just a little more my taste, though. I think I like that one just a little bit, a little bit more. But dude, the third was great, man. It was awesome. Some of the, I mean, dude, some of the kills were absolutely brutal, and I just love how, like, the shower scene. It's like an homage to Pieces. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I love.
Oh
So
yeah.
like you can just tell, like, he has an appreciation for like old school films like that and shit. So
Oh yeah. I mean, there's so much like love letter elements to Terrifier, saying like, listen,
100%.
we wouldn't be doing all of this without all of those iconic 80s slashers. And to me, that's wonderful. It's a good reminder to go check out some of those older movies because they are still so great. They hold up. Pieces is criminally underrated. If you have never seen it before, those in the chat, I could not recommend this movie enough. If you like Damien Leone, if you like Eli Roth movies, you gotta watch Pieces. It's so good. I don't know. There's something about that one that specifically just resonates with me. It's so goofy but so gory. It's great. But I think also with Terrifier 3, I'm kind of with you, Anthony. I think I like 2. That's still my favorite, but I love 3. Like 3 does amp it up and step it up in a lot of different departments. But ultimately, I think for whatever reason, there's just something about 2, warts and all, flaws and all. I just love it a little more.
Yeah, I think the third, oh man, the third act is so good. Like it is really good in 3, but I think the third act, I know people say, oh man, like maybe a little long or drawn out. No, I don't think so. Like I think, Sienna does a great job in the third act. I like the whole get up, and just everything. I think I just like the third act, I think, a little bit better in the second one.
Yeah.
And it like, I'm not trying to say that it doesn't, like, it still just feels a little more like independent than like the third one, I guess. I'm not saying the third one isn't like, you know what I mean? It just seems
Yeah.
like they kind of maybe spin up a little bit more on the third one, but that's not a bad thing. I mean, dude, what this dude is able to accomplish with this franchise has just been insane, dude. Like, yeah, it's pretty awesome.
And it's deserved. I did mention in my review, I'm like, I feel like Terrifier is becoming mainstream, and that might be the big reason why I didn't like 3 as much as 2. Because there's something about like the indie, like scrappy feel of Terrifier 2 that just like
Yep.
it puts it all the way at the top for me. And I feel like the franchise has lost that moving forward, which I'm still listen. I am still excited for Damien's 90-minute Terrifier 4 that he's already pitching. I'm down for it. I'm down to check it out. But it feels like he's trying to fit into a mold. He's trying to be a little more mainstream with things, and I don't know. I feel like we have already kind of lost something, even moving into Terrifier 3. It's like Terrifier 3 has a little more of a self-aware energy to it, and even that I feel like is pushing it too far. There are just a few moments where I feel like Art the Clown is, kind of looking at the audience and saying like, this is the thing
Yeah.
I do.
Right.
And in Terrifier 2, we were simply just establishing that. And that for me is like, I don't know, for me it's like Terrifier 2, that's the one that will always be the most special, just in my opinion, because of the event that it was to go to the theater. It kept getting extended, and the film is so triumphant and over the top. It's just the best slasher movie ever. I love it. But I do love 3 though. That's not to say I dislike 3.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly. Like, I am not at all trying to take anything away from 3. Like, 3 is crazy, and I'm really glad that they still like took it to that limit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where they're just like fucking, some crazy scenes in that movie, man. I think for myself, like, again, I appreciate it because, again, it is very much like a throwback style to like the 80s and kind of just like all those kind of crazy slasher concepts that they come up with in like just over the top gore and like, carnage candy. I think like a movie like Thanksgiving is just a little bit more my style, just a little bit,
Yeah.
because it's more like Scream or, like something like that. And I'm really excited to see what, Eli Roth has in store for the second film. But again, man, I just massive applause, to the Terrifier franchise and the group.
Oh, dude, 100%. Yeah, I'm very thankful for all the big success that they're having right now. The movie's pulling in a ton of cash, so the next one's coming soon. And probably will have an even bigger budget. I'm
Oh, yeah.
hyped for it. Like I can't wait to see what comes next from this franchise. But you got a little bit into Thanksgiving too there. I have so many thoughts on that film, where it's going to go next. Do you think it's going to be a murder mystery again, or do you think they bring back our same old killer from the first entry?
Great question, dude. To be honest, just seeing it like end the way that it did, I think I could be wrong on the boyfriend name. I swear to God, his name's Ray, isn't it? I think the boy's friend, the taller dude, his name is Ray. I actually felt like he was in cahoots with Dempsey in the film. I just feel like they never showed it, like revealed him or whatever. But I feel like he was in cahoots with Dempsey, so maybe that might be a storyline they go with. I'm not for sure, but or they just bring Dempsey back. So I just feel like that there was two killers. That's what I'm trying to say. So
that could be. I could get into that personally.
Yeah.
I could vibe with that because I feel like it's pretty obvious that they're gonna bring Dempsey back. You know,
Right,
especially
yeah.
with the way the last one ended, right?
Yeah.
But I'm very not against the idea of like having another twist, like someone else from the original was involved. There was a lot of red herrings. You know what I mean? Something could have been happening there.
Dude, that's
something
exactly what that movie did so well, dude. He just had all that throwback, style and vibe that all those other movies, in our adolescence had, just using all the red herrings and making them all seem very believable, to be completely honest. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm very excited for it. I can't wait. I hope that Eli Roth is able to tell another excellent story here, because that's the other thing about the first one is they take a lot of those scenes from that original Grindhouse trailer and they kind of work it into that narrative. It's
Yep.
going to be interesting to see how they kind of do like. I don't want to say an original film, right? That's the wrong word, but this is completely new, uncharted territory for Thanksgiving. That was originally just a dumb trailer for Grindhouse.
Right.
Now we just expanded that into the whole film. Now we have a sequel. Where's it going to go next? I'm hyped. I'm hyped to hear where this goes. It's going to be a lot of fun for sure. We have Superman in the chat here. Like literally Superman coming out next year in 2025, saying, make Julie James great. Final Buffy stole her spotlight. Julie James was supposed to be great. She's the main character. I don't know. But Anthony, Julie James, excellent final girl. I know you're a big fan of hers. What are your thoughts on her coming back?
She's my favorite, dude. Yeah, 100%. Like, yep. Nev is a very close second, but it's definitely Jennifer Love Hewitt. Dude, I actually thought the main actress that was in Smile 2, I actually thought she looked like Sarah Michelle Gellar, just with short hair. I swear to God, I thought looked just like her.
Oh, yeah.
But I think Sarah Michelle Gellar did a great job in that in the first film. Too bad she couldn't have, survived. But dude, yeah, I really hope they're bringing Jennifer Love Hewitt back, and like, I really hope that it's probably more of like going to be like a Scream 5, I guess. I hope she plays a big role. Like, I hope they just don't kind of like write them in like her and Freddie, just like a little bit. Like, I'm guessing, like, I really don't. Oh, that's what I thought should be the storyline in the second one. What was that guy's name? Estes. Yeah, Estes in the second one. He was all like, oh, I know him or whatever. He had a family, a wife, a boy, and a daughter. They never revealed who the daughter was. So maybe the daughter is, trying to seek revenge on, Julie and Ray, maybe on, I think it could be possible. But again, that's me always trying to do like the family connecting, like like Scream thing. But I mean, I don't know. It's maybe not a terrible concept, but
With I Know What You Did Last Summer, though, like, I kind of don't. It's different, right? It's just a different franchise. It's gonna be family oriented. I would bet money on it right now that whatever the reveal is, it's something along those lines. I will say, I Know What You Did Last Summer is a little more about the protagonist. I would say even more than Scream, where Superman is saying, no, Julie James never really shined like Sydney, or I'm assuming you mean Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street. To me at least, my take on the franchise is the best part of it is our main characters that we're following. That's why we're so invested in this. The killers in that franchise, they're just not much to write home about personally. They're just kind of there to be the horror element. We care a little more about these poor kids that had this unfortunate thing happen to them, and we keep cutting back to them to see what their story is all about. So for me, I really hope that they focus on Julie James, even though we do have a younger cast announced for the movie. It sounds like they're going the Scream 2022 route, or I guess I should say the Halloween 2018 route, but
yep.
You know what I mean.
Oh, dude, that'd be so dope if fucking Jennifer Love Hewitt was, shooting guns and shit. No, I don't want that to be happening. But yeah, dude, I mean, I see what he's saying here, because I feel like the first film, it was very much like it was centered around the group of individuals, all of them together as like, kind of a core four. But I felt like in the second one, it was obviously like the camera was definitely more on Julie James. She got way more shine in that second film for sure.
And also,
I love that second film. That second film was so good. Yeah.
It's so much fun. Oh my god, the
So
island
much fun,
setting,
dude.
it's a ton, it's a blast. But like, what's the most iconic scene from the first movie? It's her going, like, what do you want from me and all that. I mean, like all the big moments from that movie are the protagonists frustrated with their situation. So to me, it's like, why am I coming back to I Know What You Did Last Summer? Probably the same reasons that Jennifer Caton Robinson is so excited to make a new movie in this franchise. She wants to celebrate hot rich people. That's like almost, I'm barely even paraphrasing her. That is almost exactly what she said. She's like, these are that's why we watch these movies. And I'm like, oh, you know what? Okay, rock on, do your thing. So I'm excited to see what that ends up being. I hope they focus on Julie James. I hope they focus on the legacy characters and maybe make the new people just off to the side. Like they're just involved a little bit.
1,050%, dude. Yeah, I really hope so too, dude. Yeah.
I just don't think it works to have like a new group like run over somebody. You know what I mean? Like that I don't think that would work. But we'll see. You can't do this. I don't think you can do the Scream 2022 thing with I Know What You Did Last Summer, but we'll see next summer, I guess. Do you think that release date's getting pushed with all the firings and stuff? Have you heard about all that?
I have not.
I believe it was a camp. I can't remember the actress's name, dude. Like I reported on it like last summer and I forgot. I don't remember what I did last summer, but whoever one of the lead actresses was like dropped out and they ended up recasting her. Like she had a scheduling conflict for when they were going to shoot this thing. So I know they've already had they've hit a little bit of turbulence with this already. And it's already slated to come out in July of next year. Do you think it could get pushed?
Yeah, to October, my birthday month. No, no. I mean, I could see why July. 4th of July. Kind of the big setting and everything. That would be cool. I just don't know how films are shot. Like how does it take like 2, 3, 4 months? I'm not really for sure. Like maybe they get it done, maybe they don't. I mean, I'm not gonna complain. I mean, I'd rather it be quality than pushed or like not pushed but like pressed to like get done. So.
The one thing, I say about every movie, some people like to make the argument, well, slashers don't take as long. You know what I mean? That's usually 2 months of filming max. And I'm like, okay, but every film really is a miracle. You know what I mean? Like there is at least 100 people that go into every big Hollywood production. Like that is a lot of moving parts, all controlled by basically one or two people. And to me, it's like, man, you gotta have a little more patience with movies. Like there's a reason Scream 7 is coming out in 2026. It's because it takes a village to make these big ass movies like this. That's why we don't have 1,000 Scream movies. That's why we don't have 1,000 I Know What You Did Last Summers. The studio would fucking love that if we did. But it takes the right people and a lot of people to make these continuations. So that's why I'm like, you know what? When it comes out, it comes out. Let them take their time. If that gets pushed to summer of 2026, so be it. You know what I mean? I will wait if that means the product is going to be more worth my time. Amen. I would rather that than sit in the theaters and watch something where I'm like, well, this was a waste of time.
This was rushed. Yeah, 100%. Like, yeah, I totally agree, dude. Yeah, dude, that's what I was going to say. Also, I wanted to applaud you guys on your guys' short film. We watched it over the weekend. Dude. Yeah. Dude, were you guys going for like a disturbing behavior kind of like storyline? Is that what it was?
I didn't even think about that. Yeah. It's a little, in my subconscious, I definitely pulled from that a little bit. So
I love it, dude.
The story behind that and why it's rough, it's rough around the edges, as you could probably tell. We did that entirely in 48 hours. Like we wrote it Friday at 7:00 and we had to submit it by Sunday at 7:00. So crazy. Everything in that movie, everything with that short film was very, very rushed and very like moving as fast as we possibly can to get it all done. But I'm proud of it. It was fun. It's called The Promotion.
It would be so much fun doing that. Yeah, 100%.
And it was, yeah, exactly. It was a fun time. I think it worked. We flexed some muscles, with my team and I to make that all happen in that short amount of time. For instance, we did the sound design in 45 minutes. We had 45 minutes to do the sound design, where that usually takes a couple of weeks.
Oh, wow.
And Yeah, and that was insane. We were literally in the basement, like of my house. My sister has a recording studio down there, and we we were doing like dubbings of the lines, all the sound effects as fast as we possibly could, and we had like 4 minutes to submit it when we did it. We like that was all the time we had left. So we used all the time we possibly could of that 48 hours, and
Love it.
I'm proud of it. It's fun. It's a fun little weird sci-fi short that we probably could have done better across the space of a month, but I'm happy with it for what it is. I thank you for checking it out though, Anthony.
Dude, yeah, we were smacking on some Goodfellas pizza, which was bomb. I don't just great. So I turned it on and I was just like, oh, this is definitely disturbing behavior a little bit. Yeah. I just felt like they were all like talking about the mileage and everything. And you're just like looking around like, yeah, just good stuff. Eric was in there. Oh, it was good. Yeah, that's awesome.
It was Eric's idea. He approached me maybe like a month ago, and he's like, "Hey, Cleveland's doing the 48-hour film festival.
Cool.
I'll come up there." He's like, "I'll come up there. We'll write it together, and I'm like, "Yeah, let's run it." And oh my God, Eric's even hanging out with us in the chat tonight. What's up, dude?
What's up, Eric?
How's it going? Man? Yeah, Sarah put a link to it. Check it out. It's not. I don't know if it's my best work. We did this in 48 hours.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. That's what people have to understand. Like that was like a short amount of time to get that out. Like, dude, that's awesome, man. Like again, like you said, it's just a lot of moving, pieces and cogs that all go into like making a film, dude. Takes a long time.
And to go along with this conversation of, it takes a village, check out what like 12 people could do in 48 hours. It's fine. It's fine, but we don't want Scream 7 to look like this. You know what I mean? Like this is fun for what it is, but if they were to make Scream 7 in 48 hours, it might look something like that. So I had a fun time making this, but again, there are always ways to do things better with more time, of course. So I think that's a big thing with movies. Let them be patient. Let them do their thing behind the scenes, and you'll get a better product. But check that out. I got an even better short film coming out sometime soon, so
cool.
I'm excited for that one. But Joshua Owens has a little bit of a theory at the beginning of Terrifier 3. Chrissy Fox's character is with the mall Santa's daughter. Maybe I'm reading that wrong, because they made a deliberate point in having him say, "I have kids and grandkids." Anthony, am I reading that wrong?
I'm literally trying to think. The mall Santa, was that the same guy in the bar? No, different guy. No, it was a different guy. Yeah. All right.
So my theory on that scene is that it takes place in between the Santa bar scene and when he goes to the mall.
Okay. I'm my bad. I'm kind of losing that part of like what that Santa guy said. All I remember is that I was very much like, holy shit, are they going to go there? And they went there. And I was like, wow. Which is like the whole scene. I really can't remember quite what part he's quite talking about.
Oh, wait. Okay, I'm reading it again. Okay, wait. Hang on. He also, Joshua just put in Bar Santa, my mistake. I'm hearing you now. You're saying like the Chrissy Fox's character is the daughter of the Bar Santa, and that was his grandkids, and that's why he went there. Oh, I hear you on that. Okay, that reads. So basically, Art the Clown goes to that house at the original because that's the daughter of the guy at the bar who was dressed up as Santa. Is basically what Joshua is saying.
Got it. I actually did not even realize what the connection was like at the beginning. So, okay, that makes sense then. Okay. Yeah.
I wonder if there's any Elvis stuff at the beginning, because he's making a big stink about that. He's like, oh, I was Elvis in Las Vegas or whatever, but nothing comes close to this as dressing up as Santa. So I wonder if there's any connections to that. That's funny, Joshua.
I didn't realize until somebody had said it in Mike and Jay's stream that the bar Santa is actually the same guy that was the strip club owner in Rob Zombie 2. Yeah.
Yes.
And I was like, he did a real good job even in that part too. I thought that part was pretty crazy.
And did you see Stream, by the way?
Dude, I have not. I think isn't it like $20 or something? Like, I think it's on Prime, right? Isn't it on Prime?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll just but I did, and it has like just the lineup is like the cast is crazy. Daniel Harris, Jeffrey Combs, um, other people that I saw that I recognized, and I was like, wow, this is a hell of a lineup. And then I saw you were interviewing a young lady. I think you guys were doing like a tier list or something. Was she from that film?
That is that's Lauren right here. Who's hanging out with
shit!
us.
I didn't even just look at the thing.
Subconsciously, you were just like, "Wait a minute, what's going on here?" Lauren, how's it going? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Yeah, so Lauren and I recently collaborated. She's very close to the production.
Awesome. Nice.
Which is really cool. We got to talk a little bit about Terrifier and Stream. She's kind of in with the crowd, which I think is dope. Mad props to you, Lauren. So we talked a little bit about that in today's video. It's an hour long, but give it a shot. It's fun. We ranked a bunch of slasher villains and other horror villains. So.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I love tier lists and shit, and especially slasher, villains. That's a perfect one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so it was a ton of fun to make. But dude, I can't stress it enough. Yeah, I mean, you said you saw Stream. Like I could not. I want to beg people to see that movie because it's so good. It's not talked about enough, in my opinion. I had a blast with it. All the killers are great. The kills are awesome. I think it has a top 3 kill of the year in terms of slasher movies as well.
Very
I think
nice.
you might know what I'm talking about there, Anthony. Maybe, I don't know, but I'll just say 2 of our killers start to play a game. That's all I'll say.
Oh wow.
No, maybe not ringing a bell. That's all good. But I Stream, it rocked. Watch it, rent it. It's great. It's good stuff. But did you see that one, Anthony, or did you say no?
Stream. No, I watched the trailer and I had seen that you had been posting about it and stuff, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna check that out. I think we ended up renting something else that day or something. My bad. But yeah.
Oh, you're good. I just misheard you. My bad.
Yep. So I'll definitely get around to seeing it because I love slasher films. So.
It was a really fun one, man. And again, David Howard Thornton, Art the Clown, is one of the killers. So
I did see that also. Yeah, nice.
Oh yeah, no, it rocks. It's a very good time.
Dude, he is. Yeah. What did you think of? I thought I saw online where he had said he would be down to portray the Joker in possible DC movie. I was like, dang, dude, like that's, I think with the DCEU, I wouldn't think that would be too far out of the, spectrum because really I think they're going to kind of maybe get kind of pretty fantastical with some of those movies. So, I mean, shit, dude, he should try. I mean, why not?
Oh, I 100% hope he breaks in there somehow. That would be so cool. I remember reading, or I think I saw like a post from David or something that he was like moving to Hollywood and he's going to try to go all the way with it. I hope he does. I think he deserves it. He makes the Terrifier movies personally.
1000%, dude. Yeah. His portrayal is just, again, I think that's why those films like hit home so much is because you're just like, oh man, I haven't seen an antagonist like this in like maybe ever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so.
It's iconic. It's like cartoonish and scary at the same time. You know what I mean?
Amen.
It's the juxtaposition of having like this extremely goofy cartoon character like killing people in these extremely violent ways. I don't know. It's just so unique. It's so fresh. I think that David Howard Thornton and Damien Leone, they're just leading the front for one of the biggest horror movements in the 2020s right now. I would love to see his take on the Joker in like maybe the next Batman film or something. I know what's his face, Barry Cogan or whatever, kind of played whatever his name is. He played the character briefly, but I don't know. If you want to do the Joker, the only way I'm down to see the Joker again after 2 solo Joker movies, the best Joker performance from Heath Ledger, hot take. Maybe not a hot take, I don't know. But it's just like if you're gonna do the character again at this point, make it Art the Clown. That's interesting. That's something that could be something fresh and something different. Have you seen the clip of him playing the Joker in that fan film?
Dude, oh my gosh, I'm not for sure. I don't think so, but then I almost think that I did see something online. I can't say for sure. No, I don't.
I'll have to send it to you, dude.
Nice.
He does a great job. He does a really good job as the Joker. So
and it's crazy because like I mean, Art, he's kind of like the silent Freddy pretty much. Like, you know what I mean? He's kind of like very comical, but he doesn't say anything. So it's like, yeah. I just think like hearing him talk on the panel 2 years ago at Scarefest, he just seems like he's very professional about everything, and I bet he would kill it. Yeah. Yeah, me personally, we don't need to get into a huge Batman talk or anything, but for the second film, I'd rather maybe not see the Joker so much. I have a feeling that he might be in it, possibly just like, sprinkled in there, but I think it's going to be more uh, different antagonists. I think is what he's going to do. So
Yeah,
super stoked for that movie. That movie is like, I love Scream, dude. I love me some Scream, and I hope Nev kills it in this next film, which it possibly might be her last one. But dude, the Batman 2, I'm just insanely excited for.
I think if you guys have been here for a while, you guys know that I like Batman's my favorite superhero. Like I could talk about him forever. So whenever it gets brought up, I'm always I'll go down a whole tangent, and then I just see the number of people drop.
Yep.
Because people are like, I don't care. But I'm very excited for the Batman too. Like personally, I loved that first one. I'm like, that's Batman, baby. Like that, the
Amen.
greasy emo Batman, that's my Batman. Like that's what I love about the character. And Robert did such a great job portraying that version of the character. But I'm so with you, Anthony. I want someone else from the comic books. Like we've only seen a couple of villains really in the the live action films. I want to see some more of these villains. I want to see a proper portrayal of Mr. Freeze. What about Hush, dude? Like there's I don't know, there's so many good characters. Bring them out, make it happen.
Personally, I think he's going Court of Owls or Hush. I think that's going to be one of those two in the next film, to be honest.
Yes, I would, and I would not be against that either, because that is very, very interesting as well. So, man.
One super plug, though, real quick. People should be watching The Penguin. The Penguin has been absolutely magnificent. Like, you guys should definitely be watching that. It's good. Yep.
Dude, I watched the first episode. It was really good. I got to get through more of it. I got to check it out. No, it rocks. I have not had a second to sit down and do anything, but Anthony, I'm taking a big break in November, and I'm going to just binge watch all the stuff that I missed out on this year. I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Dude, that's what's up. Yeah, I thought I heard you saying that. That's nice. That's kind of what I was doing this month, because I took off for my birthday and everything. But I have been watching a lot of good stuff, actually. A lot of, I did watch the new Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2 this morning.
Nice.
I watched Deer Camp 86. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but it was like a Prey meets Cabin Fever kind of movie. Real slapstick comedy, but it was funny. It was good stuff. We watched Dark Harvest last night. I don't know if you're David Slade's Dark Harvest. That was like, I think, my second or third time watching that. Movie's really good, man.
I have seen that movie like 2 or 3 times as well. Yeah. It like the most underrated movie from last year, in my
especially
opinion.
For Halloween. Yeah, yeah.
That is such a good Halloween movie. And it's one that doesn't get brought up a lot. Like it kind of like it had a little bit of something. Drum Dums did a review of it. I think they got a lot of praise, and then it kind of just went under the radar again. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen Dark Harvest, go into it blind. Watch this crazy fucking movie. It's so good. If Madison is still in the chat, by the way, I made her watch it. And she's not like craziest horror fan ever, but she actually really did like that one. It's shocking. It's a shocking, surprising movie. It's really good.
Amen, dude. Yeah. What is Madison's like favorite franchise, if she had to?
So she really likes. I'm trying to think. Like, I know she really likes Scream. I showed her the first Scream. She had never seen that before. She really enjoyed that. She's really into like crime stuff. Like
hell yeah,
more of that for sure. Like I think she would love Long Legs personally. I think she would really enjoy that. We have to watch that. I'm trying to what's the Criminal. She loves Criminal Minds. Like I know that's not necessarily horror, but like I know she loves that show a lot. Like drama, crime, like that kind of stuff.
Dude, I love that shit, dude. It's I tried to never mind. I probably brought that up before. I think it's because we all like grew up watching Scooby Doo that we just like all love the whodunit reveals with the little crime detective aspect.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Dude, when Riley from Slash and Cast said that at your guys' thing, like if you could only pick one thing, and he was like, "Oh, probably Scooby Doo." Smart.
Great answer. It's a great answer from them, dude. There's so much to get into with Scooby-Doo, I think. I've thought about doing an entire channel just on like SpongeBob, but like there's 1,000 YouTube channels that are already doing that. But Scooby-Doo is another one of those big animated series where it's like you could do a whole channel just based on that and not run out of shit for years to talk about.
Dude, every decade has come out with at least something. Yeah. And it's cool to like look back on the original stuff and just see how like the animation has like, differed and gotten better and everything. I still like the late 90s, early 2000s, probably the best, but yeah. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm so nostalgic for that. I grew up with it. It was great. It was a ton of fun. No, but it's awesome. I really like the hang on, sorry, got a jackass in the chat. No, but I absolutely loved I'm trying to think. What's the fucking Blair Witch parody that they did? It has like a funny name to it. Like for Scooby-Doo. Did you ever see that? You know what I'm talking about at all?
I don't know if I have or not. Is it like a movie or a series?
It's like Scooby-Doo did like I can't remember if it was an episode or what it was, but they did some kind of like Blair Witch Project like parody thing that is so funny. Like it cracks me up. Look into it if you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Okay,
But it's like
nice.
it's like they filmed it found footage but animated the characters onto it. It's nuts. Like it's nuts.
Oh,
How they did it.
that is crazy.
Yeah, it's really cool. That one sticks out in my mind. So it's good. I don't know. It's good stuff. It's great. Love it. But Madison is also saying I prefer paranormal horror movies. Jake.
I am kind of a chicken shit, so like Sinister scares me. Like I kind of the paranormal stuff kind of freaks me out a little bit, but yeah.
Is that's just too scary for you? That's a line that you won't cross.
Oh no, I like Sinister. I love that stuff, but like watching the Paranormal Activity movies by myself, I could probably do it, but I'm not gonna like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
pretty much. Sinister 2 never should have happened. I was literally telling Daysat last night, we saw it come across Prime or whatever, and I was like, they never should have done the sequel. They should have just left it alone. Like, yeah.
It's a shame, man, because I think that could have been a franchise, but like I don't know, that sequel it just doesn't work. The first one's it's perfect how it really is perfect how it is. I think they were trying to make it into like an Insidious, you know what I mean? They were trying to like be
100%.
like, let's try to make this the new Insidious, and I don't know, it just didn't work for whatever reason. I think for me at least, why Insidious works is like you have the same characters again in part 2 and like an unfinished business angle. So I'm like, oh yeah, this totally lends itself to a sequel. And then 3 is like this prequel, love it or hate it, however you feel about it. I know, Anthony, you're just like, oh, I don't care. This is not my franchise.
Oh, no, yeah, no, like, I mean, I can appreciate Insidious. I just don't think like, I think like The Conjuring just scares me a little bit more. I think it is, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I like Insidious is like, again, they're cinematically they're nice movies to look at. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. 3 adds another layer to it though, where it's like we introduce a new entity, and that was kind of a thing for a couple of movies. Like 3 and 4 both introduced new entities that I really like. Me personally, I really thought were interesting. So I really liked the Insidious franchise up until like the latest one. You know, part 5's whatever. But the first 4 I have a really good time with. Anytime, you know, it's some people jump scares, that's just not their thing. But I always have it's fun. It's fun to put on with like a lot of friends, kind of thing. You know, but. I grew up with that shit, so it's special to me.
Dude, and that's what it's all about, dude. Nostalgia matters the most when it comes to films and all this stuff. Like when we were in Derek Mears' line, like people were taking up a bunch of Hatchet stuff, and I was all like, that's awesome that they find that as like their most enjoyable thing that he's done. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, so yeah, it's crazy, man. Like I did like what you said though, dude, about Smile. Somebody asked you about Smile 3. I really hope that you're right, that they don't water it down too much or get like, you know what I mean? Or like, I could maybe see that. I feel like I saw the ending coming a long like ways away, but it's fine. I thought it was still really good, but I felt like, didn't you feel like that? Like you kind of knew that that's what was going to happen?
Yes and no. Like yes and no, because there was it's so tough to talk about because this is such a fresh movie, but Smile 2, I think like there was a part of me that was like, okay, that's where it's gonna go. But the movie kind of leads you to believe that it's like she, you know, could move. I don't want to. I can't.
Yeah,
say.
we don't need to get into it, but yeah,
man,
yeah.
It's too fresh to talk about. You know what I mean? It's too fresh to just start getting into spoilers.
I like what Graveyard says right here. Smile 3 should be a prequel. Yeah, see, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, I feel like if they dove into like maybe more of like the lore of like how everything started, maybe, you know, and stuff like that, that would be pretty cool. Yeah.
Because like the thing about the ending of Smile 2, without spoiling it, is like that could be the end of the story if you catch my drift. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it could be the start of a whole new, you know, thousands of spinoff if you wanted. But I don't know. To me, I'm with Graveyard Key here. I think I would rather get a prequel at this point because I think I kind of know where it's going now. You know what I mean? Again, trying to beat around that bush the best I possibly can.
Yeah, no, I think a deep dive into the lore would be insanely dope. It'd be a little more eerie and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I think that would be cool. Yeah.
Go down the line a little bit more, see how far this thing came along to get to this point kind of thing. That could be a lot of fun for sure, man. I'm probably gonna wrap up this stream pretty early because old Jake is I got it. I want to get moving on this Halloween 3 video. Really want you guys to see that hopefully before the end of the week. It's a big one, so make sure to check it out. Coming up here, maybe Friday, maybe Saturday, one of those days. I want to have it up. But Anthony, before we close this out, is there anything you want to plug? Anything else you want to cover while we're here?
Like I said, we might be doing, I've talked to a few people about doing a Halloween stream on Friday. So we'll probably be doing that just more so just an overview of each movie. And then we'll just kind of do our own personal little ranking at the end and stuff. So just thought it would be fitting since, it's coming right up, but mostly just that. And I don't know. I feel like every time I'm on here, I'm saying I need to do more videos and stuff like that. Like, I feel like when I watch movies like Christine and I have like the takes that I got, I just need to just turn on the camera and just give my opinion and stuff. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things go. We're kind of like, still settling into the new apartment and all this kind of stuff. So we're kind of busy and stuff, but we'll get around to it.
So, man, it's worth it if you just keep doing it. Something will happen. Something will happen. I'm telling you, man. But make that Christine video if you can, man. Make it. It'll be worth it.
100%. Yeah. Worthy for sure. Yeah, the movie is. Needs to be talked about more for sure.
Very nice. Well, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, go subscribe to Anthony's channel. He rocks. We always love talking horror with Anthony. Thank you so much for joining me as well tonight, man.
Appreciate it, dude. Thank you very much for having me on. Sorry again that I was late, but I didn't realize that movie that was going to run that long. I was all looking at my phone. I'm like, oh shit.
It is a longer one. It's like 2 hours or so, right?
Yeah.
It's wild, man. I loved it though, personally. It was a fun watch. Thank you all again so much for watching tonight. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. I will be live again Friday night, so come stop on by and listen to old Jake yap. Check out my Halloween 3 video. And as always, guys, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace out, everybody.